Welcome to the Generation Elevation podcast, a conscious, connected platform for those who are ready to manifest their dream life. I'm your host, Elise Riley, a former PT, now motivational speaker, igniting empowerment and transformation all across the globe. Here at Generation Elevation, we are committed to bringing you the most inspiring guests who will share their stories, wisdom, and advice to help you progress closer to living a life of your own terms.
The other day in my DMs on Instagram, I received a question or almost like a call for help. Hey, Elise, I have lost confidence in my ability to play my sport. Every time I get out there on the field, I talk myself out of performing at my best. And I usually find that I don't want people to come and watch me. I don't want my family to come and watch me. I don't want my friends to come and watch me. And every time I make a mistake, I feel like I have failed and it's not worth me putting in any more effort for the rest of the game and that I should give up then and there. How do I gain my confidence back? Now, maybe me sharing this with you have resonated, and maybe you have gone through your life where you've experienced some level of self-doubt at some stage, whether that be in your sport and your capability to perform as an elite athlete or to win, or it could be in relation to your ability to start a business, your ability to receive or achieve a certain financial goal, your ability to be in relationships, whatever your goal is right now for you, that area of life that you want to focus on. I am sure at some point you've experienced self-doubt. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sharing what is self-doubt, how it feels, what are the thought processes behind that, and why it comes up in the body. And then what I'm going to go through is some tips that I'm going to give you that are going to help you overcome this doubt. So when it comes up in the future, you know how to handle it and get out ahead of that thought so you don't spiral and it doesn't stop you from getting to your goals. Because if you let this self-doubt continue on, if you let your self-doubt spiral, you will not progress to your goals. You will not achieve your goals and they will always remain goals. So I'm going to teach you how to make sure you actually set the goal, follow through and achieve it. Now, if you are new to this podcast, hello. Thank you so much for joining me on Generation Elevation. It is a pleasure to have you here. And if you're a long-term listener, I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me and my show. Whatever platform you are listening on right now, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my weekly episodes. And if you love this episode, make sure to screenshot and share on your social media. Share to a friend that you think that would resonate, because the more people that have access to my show, the more people we then get to help and elevate as a generation altogether. So I called it Generation Elevation, right? Okay, so self-doubt. What actually is self-doubt? Pretty simple and pretty self-explanatory, right? Let's delve into the etymology of the word self and then doubt, and then let's just go into that for a moment. So the word self traces back to its origin in the Old English word sylph, which means one's own person, same, and it's related to the Proto-Germanic word selbas and the Proto-Indo-European root sway. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. Meaning self and one's own. So basically it's all just meaning self, one's own. And over time, self has come to refer to an individual's identity and essence or being. Doubt comes from the old French word douter, which originated from the Latin word dubiter, meaning to hesitate, waver, or be uncertain. It can be further traced back to I'm so sorry, my pronunciation. I don't know if that's right, but we're going to go for it. And it basically, essentially, we're looking at the roots of this word, and the root cause or the roots of this word essentially means lack of confidence, fear, hesitation, and it's referring to this uncertainty feeling about something. So when we combine the word self-doubt, it's a feeling of uncertainty about yourself. If you are feeling or experiencing self-doubt, you have some level of uncertainty within yourself and of your capabilities and what you can do. Okay. So the way we can overcome self-doubt is to increase our level of certainty within ourselves. The more certain you are within yourself, the more you will experience confidence and the less you will doubt your abilities. Now, I've been using this metaphor quite a bit lately, and I'm going to share it with you today. And it essentially means if a big town back in the old days, right? Let's just forget the visual. If a town of people were in the pitch black out in the bush somewhere and they had no idea where they were and how to get back home, who would you follow? Would you follow the person that has the torch, the flame, the torch, that is like, oh, I don't know, should we go this way? Sally, do you reckon I should do this? Or maybe I should go left. Maybe I should go right. Or maybe we go this way. No one is going to follow that person because they are not a leader, because they are uncertain. If the leader is uncertain, it makes the whole town around them also feel uncertain. People want to follow people who are true leaders in the way they are certain in their mission and in themselves. Even if the leader doesn't know exactly where they're going, if they are certain, all right, I'm making this decision, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going, who's with me, majority of the town is going to follow that person because they are certain in their decision. So why do we experience self-doubt? Well, maybe you've had a past experience where someone's questioned you. Maybe you've compared yourself to someone else, and maybe you feel like you have these expectations that you need to meet. Maybe you've been criticized by your coach, by your teammates, by people at school, people at work, your family, lovers. Maybe you have faced rejection or setbacks or disappointments in your life that have then made you question your ability. Maybe you have a fear of failure. Maybe you have a fear of judgment, that by making a mistake that people are going to judge you or reject you for who you are. Maybe you have limiting beliefs. Now, if you have limiting beliefs, you would know, if you're a long-term listener of this podcast, that I personally deal one-on-one with professional athlete clients and entrepreneurs who have those limiting beliefs. Because if you have limiting beliefs and you have self-doubt, this energetically is going to block you from being a winner, from reaching those goals that you do have. So if you need that support, make sure to message me and head to my website as well. If you have had a lack of support and validation throughout your life, it's more than likely you would experience self-doubt as well, because sometimes if you had grown up in an environment that has always criticized you and never actually validated or supported you, you can kind of look around everyone else to see where you fit in the world. And sometimes, because our brain is a meaning maker, if you have a belief that is negative, your brain will be biased to make you right, and therefore make that situation, experience, scenario mean something negative about you. Or maybe you're a perfectionist. Maybe you've grown up with a perfectionist personality and adapted or embody this character trait in order to protect you from pain. Subconsciously, perfectionism is a mask that most people will wear to protect themselves from an external pain. Okay, so these are some of the reasons why we can experience self-doubt. Okay, so what are my tips? If you're like, oh my gosh, Elise, you're speaking to my soul. Help me gain more confidence. Help me gain more confidence. Help me gain more confidence. Help me overcome this self-doubt business, because I've had enough. I want to achieve my goals. I'm sick of doubting my abilities. I know I can do it, but there's this part of me, this whisper. It's like, what if you fail? What if you can't do it? What are other people going to think of you? That voice, it's time to go. So when we experience self-doubt in the body, it's going to increase your stress levels. When we think a thought, like the whisper I just said, you're going to feel an emotion. That doubt can usually manifest as anxiety, tension, stress. You can feel lethargy, fatigue, and you're probably going to feel really scattered. Like when you're out there playing your sport or in your business or whatever it is, right? You're going to probably feel more triggered. If you're thinking some self-limiting thoughts, feeling these awful emotions, then you're more likely to have emotional reactions out when you're under pressure and therefore not be able to make appropriate decisions that are actually going to serve you in those moments. You probably might say something that you didn't mean, or maybe you might get sent off because you've been red carded, or maybe you make a financial decision that ends up in a loss. Like there's all of these things that can happen when we react, right? So it's important that we deal with this self-doubt, because when we respond, overreact, that is when we actually have a situation and scenario work out for us, even when we're under pressure. There are many studies to prove the negative impacts of stress on our body when we're producing copious amounts of anxiety and adrenaline and things like this, hormones, cortisol in the body. It's meaning that we're never actually fully in the parasympathetic nervous system state, which essentially just means, if you don't know what that is just a state of like a nervous system state that allows our body to repair, rest, and recover. So if you're feeling tired all the time and you're someone that experiences self-doubt, this might actually help you feel more energized, which is a bonus. So what are my tips? What are my tips for overcoming self-doubt? First one I have here is to take a note and give a note. I was watching a TED talk the other day because for me, one of my goals, one of my visions is actually to speak at a TED event. Now, this is definitely going to happen, and I am certain in myself that that is just a thing that will evolve and come into my life at some stage. So this lady was speaking about how if someone in your experience is achieving success in the thing that you are doing, let's say sport. Let's say you are looking at someone on social media or your teammate or someone that you know of that is doing what seems to be better than you. So therefore you make that mean they're achieving success, that they're doing better than me. And then you have the thoughts, the anxiety, the feelings of like, well, if they're doing better than me, then I'm not good enough and I should probably just give up. Maybe it's in business that someone's doing better than you financially. So therefore, why should you even try? Keep posting on social media and doing the reps and making the things and starting the business in the first place if you are doubting your abilities to live up to the expectations or standards that those people are or have for themselves. Could be relationships. You're seeing other people in their relationships and comparing your relationship to your partner with others, okay? So take a note. If you're feeling triggered, if you're feeling self-doubt and it's in relation to people around you, and that was the thought that triggered the emotion of the doubt, okay, take a note. Ask yourself, okay, well, if I have my goals and my thoughts create my reality and I know exactly what I want is therefore wanting me, because what you vibe at, you will then attract. Your energy attracts your energy. What you focus on expands. So if I'm focusing on what I want and then therefore that's coming to me, would that mean then that that other person is then actually achieving what they want that's coming for them and meant for them? And maybe that job isn't actually what you want, or that role or that achievement isn't actually what your soul has been focusing on and what you want for yourself. Like, yeah, that'd be amazing in the moment probably for you to receive, but is it actually what you truly want and desire on a soul level? Most of the time our answer is probably no. The second thing is to question yourself, okay, well, who are you? Who are you currently being? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? If you want to write some stuff down, write this down. Who am I? Who do I want to be? And how am I being perceived? Take a note. Who am I? Who do I want to be? And how am I being perceived? Because if you're being seen as the shy girl or the whatever, right? For me, I just say shy girl because for me, like that's my personal experience. I was seen as the shy girl and you don't want to be that person anymore. So I wanted to be confident. I wanted to be certain in myself. I wanted to be radiant and magnetic. Okay. Well, then what are the steps that need to happen for me to get there? How am I being perceived right now? Well, I'm being perceived as a shy girl. And who am I? I am someone that is loving, who's kind, generous, and I'm shy. My belief was that I'm shy, but I don't want to be that anymore. So how do I get from A to B? Because from A to B, as soon as you get to B, you're going to elevate your vibration and therefore be more of an energetic match to your goals, desires, and what you want to achieve in this life. So it's really important to make sure you work on those things that are holding you back. Take a note. Who am I? Who do I want to be? And how am I being perceived? Secondly, give a note. Give a note. If someone in your experience is doing really well, celebrate them. Genuinely go celebrate them unconditionally. Doesn't matter what they say back to you. Don't go celebrate someone in the hope that they say, oh, thank you. And then if they don't say thank you, then you're going to still hate on them. Celebrate other people's success, because other people who are triggering you or in your experience are just reflections of you. Your brain has noticed them because they are a reflection of you. Your brain will filter through your own bias. So if someone's in your reality that you can notice, they're reflecting back to you or a past version of you. So celebrate that person, because energetically they're you. As soon as you start celebrating other people and their wins, other people will start celebrating you and your wins. So give a note. The second thing, fire, aim, ready. I spoke about this when I was on my story the other day and on the podcast I did with Hattie Boydell. So if you haven't listened to that episode, make sure you scroll back and check in with that one. It was epic. Such a good episode. Confidence comes after the action. So if you're feeling self-doubt, where are you not taking action in your life towards your goals right now? Where are you not taking action? Keep yourself accountable, because no one else will. If you're truly serious about changing and letting go of this doubt, these things that hold you back, and you truly want to be confident, keep yourself accountable and ask yourself right now, where are you not taking action? Where are you avoiding the action that is going to help you progress towards your goals? So many people will wait till they're ready, aim, fire. And I used to be that person. I used to wait till I'm not ready yet. I need another qualification. I need to wait until I'm this age to then start a podcast and then work with professional athletes. And I need to wait till I have this university degree. And I need to wait and I need to wait and I need to wait because I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And that was just my self-doubt speaking. I'm so fucking ready. I am so ready. And that is why I'm doing it right now, because I was like, I'm ready as I am. If I am not sharing what I know right now and taking action right now, I'm doing people a disservice right now. It's not fair on those of you that need to listen and hear this message right now for me to go, oh, I just need to wait till I'm ready to share this. Fuck that. You're ready now. So take the action, get the feedback, aim, and then ready. Confidence comes after the action. Fire, aim, ready. Okay. And each time you practice, the more you're able to aim with more precision, right? The third point, which I've subtly, not really, spoken about throughout this whole episode, is that people are your mirror. Your brain, right, will filter 11 million bits of pieces of information every single second down to like a 40 to 140 bits, okay, that we can be consciously aware of. We have our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. And I've spoken about this in depth on other episodes. So make sure you go through and have a listen to other episodes so you can hear about that. Now, our brain will filter information based off our values, our beliefs, awareness, personality, programs, memories. So what is valuable to you, what you believe, you will most likely see. That's why when you're in an argument with someone, if you're in an argument with someone and you're trying no matter how much to tell them your point of view, they just don't get it. And they never will, because they think they're right in their model of the world and you think you're right in your model of the world. Because in both models of the world, you're both right. The first thing we learn in NLP is to respect everyone's model of the world, because everyone's grown up differently. Everyone has different values. So their life is going to be biasly created to prove them right. You're going to have all your reasons because that is what you'll see. And they're going to have all their reasons because that is what they see. No one's ever really going to see anyone's model of the world because they can't. Okay. So know that people are your mirror. If you're scared of judgment from others, if you're scared of criticism, if you're feeling doubt from these people that potentially may be putting you down, ask yourself, how is that me? Where am I talking negatively to myself? Where am I judging myself? Where am I criticizing myself? Soon as you clear up the pattern within your own self, in your world, energetically, that can no longer then exist because your thoughts create your reality, your energy attracts your energy, and because your energy no longer aligns with that, that will either fall away or change. Trust me, try it, and let me know how you go. It's freaking amazing. It's a magic. And then, wow, ties into the last point that I did have is, how are you speaking to yourself? If you're like, oh shit, no wonder I'm so scared of judgment, or no wonder my coach has been so hard on me, because I've been so hard on myself. I'm being so hard on myself right now, all the time. And this was me. When I was in high school from year 8 to year 9, I suffered some really extreme bullying. Cyberbullying, face-to-face bullying. People were just really nasty. I hated school at that point in my life, but I also hated myself. I hated that I was different. I was judging my body and hating on myself and being hard on myself. If I got a 98% on a test, it would be the end of the world. And I thought, I'm not good enough. I'd be so disappointed in me. I realize now, connecting the dots back, that the people that were bullying me were only just a reflection of the way I was speaking to myself. Start speaking to yourself as you would your best friend, your lover, your mom, or whatever. Start speaking to yourself like you love yourself. Even if you don't, just start doing that, and then you'll find that you will. On the other side of self-doubt, you'll find the person that you've always been looking for your entire life. On the other side of self-doubt, you will find you. On the other side of self-doubt, you will find the you that you've been looking for in other people. It has been in you all along. It has been in you all along. So they are my tips on how to overcome self-doubt. If you love this episode, please share on your stories on Instagram. Tag me at elise.riley with 2 Y's. You're amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so, so grateful. Thank you. I love you. And I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for being a part of the Generation Elevation community. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to leave a 5-star rating, written review, share, and tag me on Instagram at elise.riley. Until next time, keep loving, keep learning, and keep rising.